All right, guys, let's do this. This one took some thought to try and figure out how I want to handle this situation. So, where we left off, the three dwarves were battling some mushroom folk who were quite aggressive compared to what we normally think of mushroom folk, while Nura and Heeg were traveling, being swept away by this flowing river underground that they fell into. Well, Heeg fell in, and Nura leapt in after him to try and save him. And they are going to come to the end and splash down at the end of this waterfall thing. Um, and the very first thing I'm going to do is roll to see how many mushroom folk are here. This is sort of a trap that they've set up. This flowing river leads to them. Um, I'm gonna roll 2d4, but I might max it out at 6 because that's how many mushroom folk I have. 5. Okay, that's fine. So we have 5 mushroom folk. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the little tiny one. 5. 5 is the amount we had last time, right? So we got one little teeny tiny guy. 3 of these colorful ones, and this guy. Cool. Okay, so do they just attack? What we have is the dwarves are trying to find them. I think what happens is because they speak telepathically, they tell Nura and Heeg to surrender. You're outnumbered. Yeah, surrender. You're outnumbered. I because I kind of know what's going to happen here. I almost don't want to decide for them what's going to happen, but that doesn't make any sense either. I'm just thinking out loud. Does Nura? I don't think we fight. I don't think Nura without anybody else. I think Nura is smart enough that she's going to say, "All right, all right, what do you want? Like, tell us or show us or whatever." So at that, they are going to take Nura over here, not too far, and say, and telepathically they are conversing and saying, "This is our leader," and they see this giant monstrosity of a mongrelly, like mushroom lord, and they introduce that this is Ignuf, Lord of the Mushrooms. What I don't know is what they actually want. We surrendered already, so I feel like it would be wrong for us to just completely attack here. So I think what I'm gonna do, though I do think it's likely to lead to a combat. I think what I'll do is check a solodark prompt and see if that gives me an idea what they're after. Like, is it that they want to kill us, eat us, something like that? Do they want treasure? Do they want some sort of information? I don't really know. We're going to say 6237 if that works. I don't really have a great idea either. Okay. Give wisdom and endure pain. Those are if I flip flop them, it's give wisdom and endure pain. So they want, boy, they want to, they're going to hurt us. And what is the wisdom that they want? Like, do they want our brains? That's kind of what I'm feeling like. Like they somehow take, like this is some sort of like intellect devourer thing. I also rolled up. I might end up posting the video. I did a little video where I created what this monster was with just a couple ideas to go on, and it is quite intelligent. So, oh, I'm just a little stumped where to go here. Inflict pain. I do think whether they want us to. I don't think they want like information. I think they can kind of steal our intellect. Um, so do we have something that like? Should I have it do something where they drain? Well, it said wisdom. I was going to say intelligence, but like drain our wisdom score or something like that. God, that's not really what mushroom folk do, but they could be, you know, a twist, a little bit of a twist on it. So let's say now that we're all here, this is what I really feel like we have to do. Our dwarves are trying to find them, right? And I feel like they're gonna be pretty close. They would have been a little bit behind because they were fighting, but now this is buying them a little bit of time. So I'm gonna say let's do it this way. Let's give a tracking score to whichever of my dwarfs is best at that sort of thing, which is gonna be probably Thane, I think. Yeah, Nura is normally our tracker, obviously, as a ranger. Let's give Thane a tracking check at normal. So a 12. He's got a he does have a +3 to wisdom. So he needs a 9. On a 9, they show up right away when the shit hits the fan, and below that they don't. They show up like the next turn. So that means the bad guys would have like a whole turn. 2. So they definitely don't show up right away. So on that note, let's say that the mushroom. Well, let's roll initiative as the mushroom folk begin closing in, and Nura and Heeg realize they're in big trouble anyway. Oop. Oh, that's a good thing. Okay, so Nura gets initiative. Whoo! And we're smart enough to just hightail it, right? But I don't think they're going to let us. So I think they're close enough to us that we both would need to make some sort of check to even escape. So I'm going to have Heeg make that check first. So we're going to do a strength versus strength check, kind of like moving through enemies. I think that's the rule. So to move through a mushroom folk, they're a +2, and he's probably a +1, I'm guessing. Yep, +1. So he's got a -1 to his roll here. Nope, he cannot get through at all. And on that note, Nura, so he kind of tries to run here. We're going north. He tries to run, and they just grab him. There's no way he's going anywhere. And on that note, Nura is not going to try to run and leave him. So what does she do? Does she have she's going to try to I think her best move is to, well, I was going to say use a bow, but she can't even get away, right? Whew, man. Maybe she will. Maybe she will. I'll have her try to get away, kind of like he did. So she's got to make a strength check against him too. If she, but I'm not going to have that be her action. I kind of made that his action. His other action is going to be to get his lantern out, I guess. Light the lantern. So he's trying to struggle to have a light. And maybe he did that first. I don't know. But so if Nura can make her track, then she can get her bow out and shoot at range. Otherwise, she's got to fight with a sword. That's what I'm saying. So Nura with a 10 and mushrooms with a 15. So she can't. Her only option is to fight with a sword. And she really is horrible at it. So she's got a -1 with the sword, and she's just going to attack a random mushroom folk, probably the one that's holding heat. Oh my god. It's not even close to in the screen. 13 is, that might be a hit. Nope, a -1. They're a 13. So she did miss. Now the mushroom folk get to go. Whew, and there's 5 of them. I'm going to have the big guy go last. So mushroom folk. +2. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I'm going to have 2 of them attack Heeg, these 2 that are fighting him. 2 misses. 13 hits, I'm sure. I don't know why I don't have a stat sheet up for him. I should. I also never gave him the opportunity to use a 13 for. So 13 does hit. I never gave him the opportunity to level up or anything. This is not quite sure what's going to happen here. So Heeg's in trouble. He got hit for, and what do they do? For 1d6. So he could be killed in one shot. Not killed, because I wouldn't outright kill him. 2. He takes 2. And on that note, oh, I was like, he's hurt already? No, he's not. He's fine. 2 will attack Nura. 9 is a miss. Pretty sure, yeah, she's got an 11. And 18 is a hit for 6. Oof. 6 damage to Nura. And on the last one, is the last one going to attack Nura or Heeg, the little guy? 1, 2, 3 is going to be Nura. So he'll attack Nura too. So around her, 15, and he hits. That's horrible. That might even be a 16. I can't tell with that, but it's only 1 damage. Okay. However, the big guy is going to go to. And what do I have? Ignuf has 2 attacks +7. Whew. So he'll try to attack Heeg first. +7. 17 hits for D8. That's going to kill him unless some miracle happens. D8, 5. So that's enough to wipe Heeg out. Heeg is dead unless I save him. He's 0 hit points. And now he's going to attack Nura. 10 is going to hit her too. She does not have the greatest. D8 is 4, so she's already taken 11 damage. She does not have a lot of hit points either, I don't think. Oh, she does. A lot more than I thought. But he's going to do his... Okay, so this is how I'm ruling his abilities. He's got these big, graspy hands, and they squeeze. And if he squeezes you, if he grabs you like this, he's got you held, and these little mushrooms on top of his head emit some type of sleep gas. Con 14. So Nura's got to make a Con 14 check or she goes to sleep. 6 is not even close. So Nura goes to sleep. But she's not dead. She's wounded. Heeg may be dead. He maybe did. He maybe did what? On that note, do our dwarves arrive now? And if so, what the heck do they do? Nura's asleep and in the thing's grasp. So I think the question now is, do the dwarves arrive and see what's going on? So that I can so that I can assess, right? I had decided they didn't show up right away and that they would show up on the next turn. And I'm undecided whether they would just kill off Nura. I think not. I think they would just like tie her up or something like that. That's my hunch here, giving us a chance for some type of rescue. So, do the dwarves come now and see what's going on? And I think that's. I'm just going to go 50-50. If it's a no, I don't know what I'm going to do. If it's a yes, I have at least some idea. It is a no. It's a no. No, but. The but is going to be no, but they don't kill Nura. She's just asleep. So they're going to tie her up and and leave her trapped. I was picturing this to be like basically kind of the home. She's the Leia to this Jabba the Hutt now almost. Um, did they know that the dwarves are coming? Probably not. They might know that there were dwarves because of the telepathic ability and the other mushroom folk that got defeated. But here's what I'm thinking. This might be Abbott's one chance to shine because he has that new armor that gives him a stealth check. So I think the dwarves come up. I hate to say it, but I think he is dead because whatever happened, Nura got put to sleep and the dwarves didn't come fast enough for any sort of chance to heal Heeg. So Heeg, our trusty torchbearer, lantern bearer, is no longer. And I'm okay with that. Not that I have anything against him, but he can be dead, and that's okay. Alright, so they're all sitting around. All the mushroom folk now are doing some sort of ritual or something. This is where like I'm much better at just like running combat than making all these decisions on what the heck's gonna happen next. But Nura's not dead. I think what happens is we just got a potion of invisibility. Thane and Orgo do they have any kind of cool abilities? Thane at least has some spells, but none of them have anything to do with hiding out. But we do have a potion of invisibility, and also I'm giving away all my cards here. I don't love that. I probably shouldn't have said anything about Abbott because I might have a plan for him. I think one of the dwarves is going to hide far enough away that they can kind of see what's happening, but not close enough that they're in any sort of risk of being found. And that's going to be our worst sneaker, who is probably Orgo. He's got plate mail, very low dex. So Orgo is going to hide far away, even though he's a fighter. And I'm not going to roll a stealth check for him because he's far away. Abbott and Thane are going to sneak up. The one problem I don't know is they wouldn't necessarily know where Nura is. Ooh, I think this is kind of key. What are they doing with Nura? Is she out in the open, or is she literally like by this guy's side? Because if she's here, it's going to be a lot worse. Is I know what I was looking for. Okay, invisible for 10 rounds or until you cast a spell. 10 rounds is long enough to do something. I'm not going to try and count rounds, I don't think. All right, so Abbott is going to use his stealth check success to sneak, like move silently. We're like, it's nighttime, we're in the dark. We're going to wait, I think, for our moment that the mushroom folk seem to be dispersed and or busy or whatever. In fact, let's see. Maybe I should roll to see what they're doing. Would that make sense here? Let's roll an activity. I don't know if that's going to help me decide anything, but let's roll an activity for them. 6. Eating. Okay. What are they eating? Probably Heeg. They're eating Heeg. Oh, God. And so that might answer my question there. Oh, no. One down. All right. So they're eating. And apparently I just decided that they eat humans. Or at least they have some sort of like weird devoury thing that they do. The question I have now, I'm going to ask the Oracle this, I think. Is Nura either out in the open somewhere we can see, or is he eating and distracted too, so that we have a chance here? So I hope that makes sense. So we want a high roll. 12. Yes. So I'm going to say they're eating and he's basically in a slumber. And I'm not saying that they're in some, I just use this as like a little cave maybe. Something like that is what I'm thinking. So here's what happens. Orgo's back here far away. Thane drank the potion of invisibility. And Abbott is using his stealth roll to try to free up. I think Abbott kind of holds watch nearby. Thane's gonna sneak in and try to... We got invisibility, so that's good. Try to break Nura free. Can he do so? Let's give him... Let's say she's like tied up with ropes or something. Let's give him a dex check. Normal dex check. Can he free her up from whatever ropes are there? 19. Yes, definitely. So he frees her up. He's got to make sure she's quiet. He's like, shh, shh, shh. Don't wake up. Don't wake up. So Nura wakes up. And we're trying to get out. I mentioned the Jabba the Hutt thing, and now I'm picturing that like they're like when Leia comes in as Boosh to rescue Han, and then Jabba's like. So the question is going to be, does he wake up? I think the solution to that is Thane is invisible, and he doesn't lose his invisibility from anything he's done yet. Abbott's stealth check is okay, but he would have to make another one if anything changes, if anything happens. But Nura also has to get out of there quietly. So she doesn't have anything in particular, right? So she's got to make a stealth check. And I'm going to say it's a regular stealth check at 12, but her dex sucks. Does she have advantage for being a ranger? I can't remember. Can't remember. So I'm going to roll it and see. Might not come to that. 20! She's out of there. Completely quiet. Okay. Alright. So here's what happens. We escape. That's good. We escape without a fight even, really, except for that we did lose Heeg and Nura took some damage. So we escape. And I think the big question now is, do we just escape and get the heck out of here and it's okay that Heeg is lost? Or do we need to come back and try to defeat them in some manner? I'm going to save that for a rainy day. I'm going to call it good. I'm not going to press my luck. We got out of here with a couple lucky rolls. Kind of. And I hope that's good. That's good. We're going to call it good there. We escape. I guess, should I do some roll to see if any of them notice us before we're completely out of here? And have like a chase? Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. That did seem a little too easy, but I rolled a net 20. And we did lose Heeg, which sucks. So we got to be careful getting the heck out of here. That's the other thing, too. So let's do that. Let's say we are aware now that this ground is shaky as hell and like soft, and we might go. This is all underground, right? We have to find our way. I guess that's true, too. This is all underground, kind of. Because the river was underground. We got to find our way back up somehow. So I guess that's the question. Can Nura scout her way back to the surface? She would get an advantage for her rangery stuff for that. I lost a die, didn't I? Have too many dice here. Okay, so we'll give her. What the heck? I feel like I'm just blind. I just must be missing it. We're gonna give her. What's going on here? I'm gonna give her a check, and I'll just roll twice if I have to. To find her way to the surface, we'll call it a 12, and she's a +1. So she needs an 11, but she gets 2 chances. No and yes. So she finds her way. If I had rolled another no, I would have given them a check to see if they wake up or come to. So we're out of here. Do we have to get out of this hex? I don't want to make it too complicated. I want to get on with this. Get on with things here. We are 3318. Let's just find our hex and see what's up. Okay. Whew. I do think we might come back here. I'll make a note. I'll make a note. I think we're good. I think we've done everything in this hex. I can't remember where we were, honestly, in terms of, like, do we have to continue traveling through the hex? So I'm just going to navigate to the next 3318. We want to go to Camadoon. We can get to Camadoon. Okay. So we're going to end the session there as we arrive in Camadoon safely. And we will let Camadoon know about, well, now the mushrooms. And that might be, we might come back for these guys. These bastards. They killed Heeg. Thanks for watching.